What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and in today's video we're going to be going over some of the new settings that were introduced in Season 10. Now typically every time a season starts I like to put a video like this together. However, there are a few changes that were delayed a little bit until yesterday. They're now in the game, so today I wanted to go over some of the details. Now if you happen to enjoy this video, do me a favor and hit that like button really quick. Each video I have a goal of getting 300 likes. It really does help the channel out, and you can feel free to subscribe or join as well. We do have giveaways here, but I will go over that at the end of the video. So the first thing we're going over today are the changes you can now make to your character's body type. So before you could change your hair and facial hair and face paint and scars and all that stuff, you can now change your actual body type as well. So if you're looking to do that, that's finally in the game, and I know a lot of people have been asking for that for a while, so it's finally been introduced. Now another option that was added into Season 10 was having the ability to show or not show your signature weapon depending on which one you wanted to do. Now for Xbox users, that wasn't working properly in 16, now it's working in 16.1, and all you do to change it is open up your menu. You can see I'm hovering over the minigun. I push L to go to options. Now this is also where you have the option of taking your mask on and off. Let's just pop that thing right on real quick if you want to do that, and you can see right above it, that is where you have the option of changing your actual signature weapon showing up or not. And as you can see now, the signature weapon is now visible, and it's completely your preference whether you wanted to have it show or not. For me, I like the clean look of having it put away, but again, my friends, just as the mask, it's up to you if you wear it or not, so it's just another option we have in the game. Next, we're going to talk about your on-call settings, which is going to alert you if other agents in the area are looking for help. So all you do is you go into your menu, you go to settings, you go to gameplay, and you simply scroll down to on-call status. That is where you choose how your notifications are sent to you. Do you want to hear from anyone in the game who's close to you that is looking for someone to play? Do you want to hear just from your friends or clanmates, or do you just want to do your thing and hear from no one at all? Now for me, it all depends on what I'm doing in the game. If I'm just in game having fun, just doing different missions, stuff like that, helping people farm, whatever it may be, I have it set to all, so that way I can always get that notification. But if I'm recording or doing something else, I will turn it off completely. That way I can focus on the task at hand. And the best thing about this is once you're done doing your own thing, you can reset it to anything you want, and you can do that anytime in the game. Next, my friends, we're going to talk about your additional field of vision. And again, this is a setting that most people know of, but really don't take the time to make a few tweaks here and there that could really improve your gameplay if you want to see more of the world around you when you're playing. So right out of the gate, you can see that the setting is set to 0 and you have a range from 0 to 25. So this is what 0 looks like. Right now you can see this is exactly what I see when I'm behind my character. Now when I switch it up to 25, you're going to see there is a huge difference in how the screen looks. Now I want to show you a side-by-side comparison so you can get an idea, and as you can see from these two images, there happens to be a real significance between the two. And remember, these are the two extremes. This is 0 at the top and 25 at the bottom. You can meet somewhere in the middle. So for those of you that want like more of a tunnel vision view, you want your number to be lower, and for those of you that want to see most of the surrounding world around you, you don't get flanked by NPCs, whatever it is, you want your number to be higher. Now you also have that same setting for when you're actually aiming your weapon. You can see here additional field of view while aiming, so you can have it set one way in the open world, one way when you're aiming. Again, my friends, take your time, really cater this to your game style, and find that setting that is perfect for your gameplay. Now one of the questions I receive pretty frequently at the channel has to do with your damage numbers and how they appear on screen when you're shooting an NPC. Now by default, the game is going to set it to random sphere, and as you can see, I'm at the shooting range, and this is exactly what it looks like. Now most players want that nice clean line down the right side, and in order to change that, all you need to do is open up your menu. You're going to go over to settings. Once you're there, you'll go down to UI, you will scroll down to scrolling combat text, change it to floating, and when you do that, all you do is exit out and you're good to go. And in my opinion, having that nice clean line on the right hand side could really help you determine the type of damage you're putting out. You can see your crit hits, all that good stuff. So this is, what I think is the best way to run with it, but again, it's totally up to you. Now another addition they introduced with Season 10 was the ability to turn off the loot light beam, and I'm going to show you the difference. For me, I love having that light beam on. It's just, especially when you get an exotic, it's the coolest thing. So as you can see, this is what it looks like when things drop with the loot beam. It is very apparent when there's loot in the area. You see exactly where it is, and when it's off, you can still see that indication that it's there, there, but again, I don't know, it just doesn't look as cool. For me, it's something I leave on all the time, but if you want something different, you now have that choice. Now, moving on to a feature that in my opinion can really help you customize your gameplay is your camera sensitivity. So we're under the control tab, you can see we're under, camera sensitivity, and you see there's going to be a number between 1 and 10. So remember, just like before, a lower number equals a slower camera speed and a higher number equals one that is much faster. So there's certain people that like to spin like a top. That's great. For me, I like a camera speed that's a little bit slower so I don't feel dizzy or whatever it is. So again, this is just another way you can customize your gameplay to whatever you want. Now, as before, when we talked about, your field of vision and your field of vision when you're aiming, you have the same option of changing your speed when you're aiming the weapon as well. So again, in one, when you're running around the open world, you can have a certain speed in how things look. And then when you actually aim your weapon, you can also change that speed as well. So again, take your time, my friends. Last but not least today, I want to talk about a feature that is located in accessibility, and it is by far one of the most underused features in the game, I think, and that is your on-screen keyboard. Now, the reason it's so effective is because for those of you that do not have a headset, or you don't like talking, or you're wondering, can people actually hear me or not, you have the option of being able to type something on screen, and the way you do that is simply turn that feature on, and then when you're in game and in a group, all you do is push down on the directional pad. At least that's how it works for Xbox, and a screen will pop up. Now, yesterday when I was in a round of Countdown, someone was kind enough to send a message saying they're a fan of the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support. Now, typically I wouldn't answer in the middle of a round. However, I knew I was putting this video together, so I thought, hey, it'd be a great time to show an example. So in return, I write, thanks, buddy, all that good stuff. Now, the reason why this is so effective is for those of you that are looking for an item in the game, you don't have a headset, it's not working, whatever it may be, this is how you can tell people what you're looking for. And as I've said before, one of the best things about this game, in my opinion, is the fact that agents want to share gear. So if you're looking, let's say, for the memento and you type it in chat, hopefully someone finds it, they let you know, you squad up, and then you can pass the item along. Most of you know by now that one of my favorite aspects about having this channel is the family that we have here. So if you have any other tips or tricks with settings that you want to pass along to new and returning players, please leave them in the comments section down below, as the main goal is to help out as many people as we can. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we do have giveaways here. Our current one is for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned before, if you can take a quick second and hit that like button, it really does help the channel out. We have a goal of 300 likes per video. If you want to subscribe or join, feel free to do that as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Like that, and we may actually keep the lights on this winter.